Let's talk about why most people have to go through a dark night of the soul before their spiritual awakening. Well, that's what happened to me. When I was in my 20s, I was in the dark night of the soul. The worst fear I had ever experienced in my life came over me when I got a bad diagnosis and a doctor wanted to do surgery the following week. So I was really caught in a situation where I felt like I needed out. I needed a miracle. I needed a different solution from what the medical world was telling me. I had met a man who had been healed through prayer. So I went to a Christian Science practitioner and I had this instantaneous healing. Now, the interesting thing to me was that I had to be in the worst fearful state I have ever experienced in my life. Nothing that bad had ever happened to me before. I mean, I'd had little incidents here and there, maybe a car accident or minor, nothing major, nothing ever major like this, where I had to compromise my physical essence, I felt, by having an organ removed or dying. That was like hell on earth. So I turned my thought away from the negative and I accepted that I could I could actually be healed through prayer. And it happened. It happened instantaneously. I had an open mind. I attribute a lot of that to having seen these 3 UFOs up close when I was a teen, a few years before that. And that opened my thought to the possibilities that anything is possible. We are so clueless as far as what is really going on here in this dimension that we find ourselves in, that we call the 3D world. There are other dimensions, spiritual dimensions, where you can solve problems. And that's what I've discovered throughout my life of studying metaphysics. If you can surrender to your higher power and your higher self and accept that there is always a solution, you will have the solution. It will come to you. But if you're one of those people that's always saying, but you don't understand, but that doesn't work for this, no, you can always find a solution if you really want to. And if you allow it to happen, you have to let go. You know, that expression, let go, let God. God can do anything once you let go. But that dark night of the soul that we go through many times before we have the big aha moment, we're seeing masses of people right now suffering, living in fear, feeling put upon, wondering what's going to happen on planet Earth, the way things are going. You know, maybe they're having nightmares or they don't have any inner peace because they don't know how to realize that they have this power within them to perceive things the way they choose rather than just letting all that craziness be absorbed into their consciousness. They can deflect it, they can transform it, they can transcend it. So if you really want to wake up and surrender to this higher realm of consciousness where there are only solutions, do the work. You have to find a path that works for you. I've, in my life, discovered that there are many paths leading to that place, which is the higher realm, the oneness with God. So if you want to find out more about some of the things I discovered, get my book, Secrets of a Metaphysical Flight Attendant. You can buy it on my website, rebeccatripp.com. And I've also put a link down below for those of you that are really, really tuned into manifesting. The Pillars of Manifesting is 2 sheets that you can use to really target what it is that you want to manifest in your life. Once you get clarity on what it is that you really, really desire, instead of just drifting, then you can start to feel like you've already gotten it. And that's the magic. Once you feel like you own it and you've gotten it already, it has to show up in your experience. That's how it works.